Connect with yourself. That is my message for you. And that is the message I had for myself for the longest time. How do you do that? Good question. That is what I wondered when I was miserable at my corporate jobs. Who am I and what do I really want in life? How do I connect with me inside? What I've realized and what I think a lot of you will resonate with is that you need to disconnect from the inputs. What do I mean by inputs? Inputs are everything. Inputs can even be YouTube. Inputs are things that you are being bombarded with constantly. We've got social media. We've got Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or X, everything. Those are and were the biggest inputs for me that I found the most pleasure in removing from my life, at least for now. You know, I have some FOMO, missing friends and family posting, their vacations or their kids or whatnot. I can text them and see that stuff. I can hang out with them and see that stuff. But when I say inputs, I want you to realize how much these inputs are disconnecting you from yourself. And they were for me. What I like about podcasts and YouTube are that you can learn a ton. And yes, you can learn a ton from an Instagram post or a TikTok, but it's a little different. You can overdo it on podcasts. You can overdo it on YouTube. You can overdo it on just asking for everyone's opinions, which is what I did. You can overdo it on inputs like seeing a psychic. I did that for a bit too. How many more things can we bring in that are going to tear us away from what our heart is telling us? And that's my biggest takeaway for you guys is what are those inputs? Take a hard look at them and see, can you remove them at least for a little bit and see how you feel? If you're constantly being bombarded by everyone else's lives, how are you going to live your own? How are you going to know what you want? And I tell my husband this all the time with our 2 kids. It's like, we're barely staying afloat sometimes. And it's like, I don't need to open up Instagram and see other people's lives, their vacations. A lot of it is just fake. You're posting your highlight reel, which we all know. That's cool and all, but I'm living my life in this moment right now. I don't need to be bombarded by your life. It's not natural. I want you, when I say connect with yourself, to remove the inputs and get quiet. So getting quiet, what does that look like? That looks like going on a walk without your phone, without podcast on, maybe with your bare feet on the ground, earthing. What else does that look like? It looks like sitting in your living room on the couch in complete silence. If you don't know how to meditate, just sitting there in silence, put a timer on. Give yourself 10 minutes. Or you can sit in your backyard and just look at the bird feeder. If you don't have a backyard, just look at the sky. Get quiet, because you might hear things that are important. I didn't do this for the longest time, and I was missing things. And the minute I started getting quiet and listening to who I was and what I wanted and getting those intuitive whispers, that's when things started to change. You have it in you. We all do. I think the less we pay attention to everything around us, the news, that's a huge one. And the more we shut it off and just be, the more we'll get along, the more we'll like each other, the more we'll be able to put ourselves in another's shoes. I think we subconsciously don't realize that when we're opening up social media nonstop, looking at other people's lives, we're subconsciously or unconsciously making judgments. We're solidifying these thoughts in our mind. Yeah, we're not saying them out loud, but we're thinking, oh, she's on another trip again. I can't do that. How do they have so much money? Why is her house always so clean? Things like that, where it's like, stop. Pay attention to your own life. Be happy for someone, move on. But that's where the highlight reels, all of that, if you're trying to manifest and trying to get clear and be heart-centered, think about these inputs. What are the pros and cons? And for me, the cons were really outweighing the pros. And never say never. Who knows? Maybe I'll get back online. I go through phases, but I feel good right now, and I want to relay that to you guys. You can too. I don't want you to miss the whispers from your heart, from God, from the universe. I want you to hear them and take action, because all we have is right now. Your presence is the biggest gift to this world and to your kids and your family and friends. And that's my message today. I hope it resonates. If you've noticed a difference in your life with any of this, let me know. Limit the things that are pulling you away from you. Love you guys. I believe in you.